All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about business automation, and specifically how having one single integrated system can totally change the game for how a business runs. Think of it less like juggling a dozen different things and more like conducting a perfectly tuned symphony.
So let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about it. Is your software working for you, or are you constantly working for your software? How much time do you spend just logging in and out of different apps, copying data from here to there, just trying to get everything to talk to each other? It's exhausting, right? And it's a massive waste of time.
And that frustration, that's the heart of the problem for so many businesses. It's the friction you feel every single day from trying to manage a whole bunch of disconnected tools.
This slide just lays it out perfectly. You've got the old way, and you probably know it well. Your customer info is in your CRM, project details are in some other tool, and your invoices are in a third system. You're constantly trying to sync everything up, which is just a recipe for mistakes and things falling through the cracks. But the new way, well, that gets rid of all that mess by bringing it all under one roof.
So, what's the solution? It's exactly that. Moving to one single unified system, a platform that's built to be the central operating system for your entire business. And here is the secret sauce. Everything is built on a single database. That means you create what we call a single source of truth. No more wondering which spreadsheet has the latest client info. No more conflicting project statuses. Everything, your CRM, your marketing campaigns, your project tasks, it's all pulling from the same accurate, up-to-the-minute data. Because it's all in one place. Okay, so once you have that single source of truth, you can plug in an incredibly powerful engine. And that engine is no-code automation.
Now, don't let the word automation scare you. The best part is you don't need to be a programmer or some kind of tech genius. No-code automation is just what it sounds like. It's a visual way for you to build these incredibly powerful workflows that can run your business practically on autopilot, and you never have to write a single line of code.
It really boils down to this simple three-step dance. First, something happens. That's your trigger. Maybe a new client fills out a form on your website. Second, the platform sees that trigger and instantly reacts. And finally, it kicks off an automated action, or more likely, a whole series of them. Let's take a look at what that actually means in the real world.
So now we're going to follow a customer from the moment they first hear about you all the way to becoming a happy client. You'll get to see how all these different pieces, marketing, sales, billing, project management, all work together seamlessly. It all kicks off the second someone raises their hand and shows interest. The mission here is to capture that lead and get them into your system without you having to lift a finger. So picture this. Someone fills out your contact form. That's the trigger. Instantly, and I mean in the blink of an eye, the automation fires off. A new contact is created in your CRM, they're automatically added to a marketing audience for a drip campaign, and a personalized welcome email lands in their inbox. 4 jobs, done. Just like that.
Okay, the lead's in the system. Awesome. Now the goal is to guide them through your sales process and turn them from just a name on a list into someone who's actually ready to talk business.
This is where your sales pipeline comes alive. When your team moves a deal from one stage to the next, it can trigger all new automations. It can assign a follow-up task, for example. Or if the prospect books a meeting through your scheduling link, the system automatically sends reminders to them and your team member. No more no-shows.
So, the meeting was a huge success. Now it's time for that critical step, turning an interested prospect into a paying client. This is where things can usually get bogged down with tons of manual work.
But not here. With an integrated system, this is just one smooth, continuous flow. You can generate a beautiful dynamic proposal that pulls their info right from the CRM. The moment they accept, a contract gets sent for an e-signature. And as soon as that's signed, bam, an invoice is automatically generated. You can even set up recurring billing if it's an ongoing service.
The contract is signed, the invoice is paid, it's official. You have a new client. The final piece of the puzzle is getting them onboarded and kicking off the project without any hiccups. Using something called project generators, this whole process can be automated. The client gets an onboarding checklist to give you everything you need. The second they submit it, the system creates the project, assigns the right team members, notifies them, and even sends the client an invite to their own private portal. The entire project is set up before you even had your morning coffee. So, when you connect all of these dots, marketing, sales, finance, project management, and you power it all with automation, the result is pretty incredible. You're basically putting the day-to-day operations of your business on autopilot. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it?
The whole point is to stop using a dozen different tools that don't talk to each other. It's about having one platform that can do it all, so your team can stop messing with software and actually focus on doing their best work.
So if you take one thing away from this, let it be the power of the number one. One unified operating system for your entire business. One source of truth. One platform where every single part works together in perfect harmony.
And that really just leaves one final big question for you to think about. When you're no longer bogged down by all that friction and manual work, when the routine stuff just happens automatically, what could you create? What could you build if your business ran itself?